Solution of question number 37. In this question, firstly we will compute the equation of a plane with passing through the point 2, 4, 5 and perpendicular to the line x equal to 5 plus t, y equal to 1 plus 3t and z equal to 4t. Then after computing the equation of the plane, we'll check which one of the given points lie on the plane. Okay. So let Q be our point 2, 4, 5 that lie on the plane and P be another point which lies on the plane, and the coordinate of P is x, y, z. That is the vector QP must lie on the plane, and that vector QP is given by position vector of P minus position vector of Q, that is x minus 2i plus y minus 4j plus z minus 5k. Now it is given our plane will be perpendicular to the given line, and the equation of line we can write as x minus 5 divided by 1 equal to y minus 1 divided by 3 equal to z minus 0 divided by 4 equal to parameter t, and that represent equation of the line which passing through the point 5, 1, 0 and parallel to the vector 1, 3, 4, that is parallel to the vector I plus 3j plus 4k. So this will implies our plane will be perpendicular to the vector I plus 3j plus 4k, because our plane will be perpendicular to the line and line parallel to this vector, so that will clearly implies our plane will be perpendicular to the vector I plus 3j plus 4k. Now QP vector lie on the plane and the vector I plus 3j plus 4k is perpendicular to the plane. So the thing is these two vectors will be orthogonal, so their dot product will be 0. So by using this we have QP vector dot I plus 3j plus 4k equal to 0. So when we solve this, then we have x plus 3y plus 4z equal to 34. So this be the equation of required plane. Now we can easily check A, B and C points lie on the plane, that is lie on this plane. So A, B, C our correct answer. Solution of question number 39. In this question we have y1 and y2 are two linearly independent solutions of the differential equation y double dash plus sin x time y dash equal to 0, where x belongs to closed interval 0, 1, and the given gx be a function which define Wilkinson of y1 and y2. Since here y1 y2 are two linearly independent solutions, so their Wilkinson cannot be 0, that is g cannot be 0 in the respective domain, that is in closed interval 0, 1. So when by the formula we will compute the Wilkinson, then we have Wilkinson w equal to c time e to the power minus integration sin x dx, that is w is equal to c time e to the power cos x, that is our function gx equal to c time e to the power cos x. Since as I say y1 y2 are two linearly independent solutions, so their Wilkinson cannot be 0, that is g cannot be 0. So here always c be a finite value which is non-zero, so c can be negative and c can be positive. So when we compute derivative of g, then we have g dash equal to minus c time sin x times e to the power cos x. So here it is clear that g dash will be 0 when x equal to 0. So when we observe the given options, then clearly A and B not true and C is true, while option D is not true, because in the option D we have g dash vanishes at all points of closed interval 0, 1. This is only possible when g is identically 0. So here our not true options is A, B and D. These are our answers. Solution of question number 41. In this question we have f is the function from R to R, that is f be a real valued function which is defined as fx equal to mod x times sin x plus mod of x minus 2 times signum of x minus 2 plus mod of x minus 3. And we have to find the point of non-differentiability of f, that is at the number of points where f is not differentiable. So here we can use algebra of the function, because here f is nothing but sum of the three functions. That is, we can write fx equal to gx plus hx plus kx, where gx is equal to mod x times sin x, hx equal to mod of x minus 2 times signum of x minus 2, and kx equal to mod of x minus 3. So we have to find the points where these functions g, h, k are not differentiable, and only at these points we have to check the differentiability of f according to algebras. Okay, so firstly we will take g of x, g function. So g of x equal to mod x times sin x. In the g function again we can use algebra, because g function is nothing but product of two functions, where sin x is differentiable everywhere while mod x is not differentiable only at x equal to 0. So we have to check the differentiability of g only at x equal to 0. So when we compute left hand derivative and right hand derivative of g at x equal to 0, then we have both are equal to 0. So this will imply g is differentiable at x equal to 0. In fact, g is differentiable everywhere on R, so g has no point of non-differentiability. Now we'll take h function. Firstly, we will redefine our h function, because h function is nothing but product of two functions, mod of x minus 2 and second mod signum of x minus 2. So here both the functions are redefined around the point x equal to 2. So when we redefine, then we have hx equal to x minus 2 when x is less than 2, and when x equal to 2 then it is 0, and when x is greater than 2 then again we have same function x minus 2. So here clearly that h function is differentiable everywhere on R except at the point x equal to 2. So we have to check only differentiability at x equal to 2. So when we compute left hand derivative and right hand derivative at x equal to 2, then we have both are equal to 1. So this will imply h is also differentiable everywhere on R. Now take third function k. So k of x equal to mod of x minus 3. It is clearly that k is not differentiable at x equal to 3. So here we have g and h functions are differentiable everywhere on R, while k function is not differentiable at x equal to 3. So clearly our f function is not differentiable only at x equal to 3. So f has only one point of non-differentiability. So 1 is our answer.